Mikey on the toilet, Mikey having poops. Mikey on the toilet, gonna have some poops.
I'm back.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Ocular Maxi, TFW, and I'm joined this week by... What to call you this week? The Salt Rock Lamp of Truth. It's Mikey G. Wolf V3. Give him a lick, everyone. Give him one big old horse lick. I imagine horses lick quite hard. You'd know, Mikey. You've got horses. What's a pack of horses called?
A bushel.
Is that actually what it is? Are you taking the piss?
You'll never know now, will you?
It's true, I can't be bothered. I know you get a bushel of apples. A bushel of horses. Now I just imagine all these horses in a wicker basket.
Or making one.
I'd like to see a horse try and make a wicker basket, to be fair. I imagine it takes quite skill, especially for a horse. Since, you know, they don't have the thumbs for it.
There's just one horse getting increasingly angry.
Oh, I had a bad thought. Like, it's doing the wickering process, but with a really long tongue, but it's not moving its body at all. The tongue's just extending from its mouth like a serpent.
Andy, that's okay, so that's Berserk.
No, that's not Berserk. That wasn't a tongue.
It started as a tongue.
No,
I remember the page. It started as a tongue. There was a tongue shot.
There was one tongue shot.
So, like, you're thinking of a different horse.
I'm thinking like with a gormless expression on the horse, though, not
that's
like
that's
a
the same horse.
Look. No. That horse did not have a gormless look. That horse had intent on its demon face. It had intent.
You could pitch a tent.
No, yeah, horse, yeah. How's it going this week, Mikey? How are you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm good. Very tired, as per usual, but not too bad. Hey, Mikey, it's just as well you had work to do, and we had to put the show off by, like, one day, because there was, like, nothing yesterday. Yep. And granted, there's not much more today, but there's just a few minutes longer, it actually gave us something to talk about of value, so that's good.
Yep.
Yay! We're going to kick off with the news straight off. We're going to probably hammer through the news fairly quickly and get up to just talking shit, because that's...
As opposed to what we normally do.
Well, no, we always stay on topic. We never talk about anything gross or smutty or anything like that.
In the middle of the night, someone's hoovering.
Oh. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. That's a strange time.
Hoovering the door.
Your door.
Yes, my door.
It's like they know... It's like it's deliberate.
Like, why would you hoover a door, Andy?
Because doors are dirty, Mikey. Where do you think people touch?
Oh, true. And then in the modern day, we have to be careful about touching.
It's true. It is true. It's topical. I was going to say political, but that's not right. It's topical. But we're going to kick off with... that's true. We're going to kick off with the Transformers Battleground video game. That is the Cybervese game. That is on the Switch. I know it's on Switch at the moment. Is it on anything else? Oh, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's on all of it.
I forgot this was a thing.
So did I. I had to look at some videos and some brief reviews on it, and it seems like it's an XCOM style, like, strategy game, but
Maybe
not
first
good.
XCOM.
Yeah, but bad.
I've heard okay reviews for it, but like. I saw one review which said, like, it has surprising depth for what it is. And
I'm not sure what that means in this context, though.
Well, it's a game that's being marketed at 7-year-olds, and apparently it's just a bit deeper as an XCOM thing than you would expect.
I don't know.
I don't make the rules.
I did say one of the videos I saw said it looked like a mobile game, and I find it hard to dispute that.
Yeah, but I would also say, like, that's because a lot of mobile games are designed off of the XCOM structure.
Yeah, but the XCOM looks good. This looks like what you could run on.
I'm not saying it's XCOM. I'm saying everything that kind of is an RTS that doesn't have an XCOM budget looks like a mobile game.
No, but what I'm saying is the graphic quality and the fidelity of the models and everything looks like something that could go on a phone without too much effort. Like, nothing about it sticks out like a console quality style game, you know?
I have no horse in this race, I'm just going to say, but to me it just looks like a typical young person game because a lot of them have that kind of graphical fidelity.
Cheap.
I would say uninspired.
Cheap.
I like my word
It's
better.
okay. Yeah, yours is kind of, but I think mine's accurate as well. To
I bet it's not cheap to buy.
No, I think it's full price. I don't think it's a budget title, as far as I know anyway. There's a digital deluxe version, Mikey, with includes several special colored skins and add-ons, such as a Nemesis Prime color scheme for Optimus, obviously, and Goldfire Bumblebee. Why is this still a thing? This happened in the last few
Because they lost
things.
the license to Goldbug, and then this became a thing.
I guess it was Devastation that had this exact pack as well, wasn't it? That had the Nemesis version and the Goldfire Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
At least they came with extra guns, I suppose.
Could have been Shattered Glass Optimus. Who could have been
Voiced
playing
by
as
Akane.
Akane. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good if they got her that voice actress from Japan and said, "You do these lines, do these lines"? That'd be great. I'd be fucking into that. I'd give it a pass. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. You know, the game would pull it down, but Akane would pull it up at least probably 3 points or so, I'd say. But I think if you're gonna get this, I think it's fair to say wait for it to go on sale.
Yes.
You know.
Or yeah.
Even if you're a Transformers fan, I think Rise of the Dark Spark looks like it was a better game than this. Because it was at least built off the groundworks and then completely fucked up. But at least it was based off the groundworks of Fall of Cybertron. And that was a really good game. I don't need to tell anybody else that. And Devastation was, again, a very good, solid game. Not amazing, but a very good, solid Platinum game. And at least it was a lot better than when they did Korra, which was a bad Platinum game.
Based off a product that I don't like.
A bad product, yes. No, that's fair as well. Yeah, I said it. I don't care.
It's there goes the neighborhood.
Oh no, everyone's gonna burn us down. That's how it goes these days.
Like they burnt down the Avatar franchise when they made Korra.
Oh!
And now they're making a live action one.
Could it be worse than the live action Avatar movie?
It could be, but it would take a conscious effort.
Yeah, no, I agree. You'd have to put in the work to make it worse.
And you'd also have to put the promotional work in, because the entire time you have to then try to convince people that you love the original series.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And then 10 years later are still really bitchy about it and saying people don't understand your vision.
Hang on, is that a thing?
He's not. He does not agree with people's take on that movie.
But he's wrong.
Andy, he's M. Night Shyamalan. Even the movies people like of his aren't actually good.
No.
They're just ooh, twist I like.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it a good movie. That makes it a good twist.
I would agree. But his films, at least on first watching, at least some of them can be at least mildly entertaining. They're just not... His movies have always been, don't watch me more than once.
I don't know, Mel Gibson having a vision from his wife from heaven telling him to beat an alien with a baseball bat.
Well, what else was he going to use? He would have been confused.
But she could have told him anything. But the future vision she gave him was beat an alien with a baseball bat.
I can't remember. Did she say that she loved him, or was the vision only to tell him how to beat an alien?
I think the vision was about the alien. I don't remember very well, because I know he was like having problems with his daughter and his thing. And then it turned out that they were afraid of rain.
Yes. What a twist.
What
a twist.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, at least with War of the Worlds, they were silly in the fact that they didn't consider, getting a disease. Fair enough. Like, it's an interesting message to send. I don't think it works on a great storytelling level, but it's an interesting message. But it's smarter than like you say, invading a planet which is mostly water. If you don't like water.
Oh my god, we'll take this planet, sir. We can't go out in most of it for any length of time. There's this Sahara place. We have some. We'll be okay, but yeah,
yeah, not good.
That would be great. I want to see the aliens who only invade the Sahara Desert.
They could move there because we don't really use the desert for anything useful, as far as I know.
Just one outraged camel.
And then he'd spit on them, and then they die.
Yeah.
The ultimate enemy, the camel spit. Who knew?
The camel who never forgets to kill.
So we'll move on to the next bit of news. This is a quickie. I didn't even bother sending it to you, Mikey, because it's such a small story. There was images of the Deluxe Generations Retro Headmaster boxes.
Yay!
Like I say, this is really quick. I think it's quite nice what they've done. Basically, they've given us very minor tweaked G1 boxes for these toys.
Yay, G1.
Yeah, I to be fair, I think the boxes look a lot better.
No, I think the boxes look neat. They look more collector-y.
Not only that, I think like it shows that the packaging of the 80s was a bit more eye-grabby and poppy and interesting. Is that unfair to say? Than just having them in the carded stuff we do at the moment. Actually, not at the moment. We've got the Earthrise stuff, which is okay. It's all right. I wouldn't say it catches the eye as much as this stuff, because it doesn't have like the multiple colors. It doesn't have it has the figure center point rather than in its weird car mode, and then with a nice bit of artwork to go with it, which is the main seller point. But I thought it was a neat little thing that they decided to do. It'll look nice, and like you said, Mikey, it'll be a collector's item to boot as well as a Japanese version of a figure, which at least I wanted more so. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the world of entertainment and roller coasters?
If I have to. So we've got a weird thing here. This is not news of what is, but what is coming. So since 2014, they've been building Universal Resort Beijing, and they've confirmed that they are doing a Transformers Metrobase attraction as well as Kung Fu Panda, which seems rather random, but it makes sense, I suppose. Minion Land, Harry Potter, Jurassic World, usual stuff. Waterworld is getting something?
Wait, why? Why?
Kevin Costner? But yes, so we're getting the Transformers Metrobase, the first entire Transformers land in the world, exclusively built in Universal Beijing Resort. Guests can choose to become guest agents and fight together with the Autobots on thrilling rides like the Decepticoaster, which basically means you go through the driller from Dark of the Moon, the biggest and most exciting roller coaster in the resort, or the Transformers Battle for the Allspark, one of the most popular rides in the land. You haven't built it yet. Or visit the Energon Power Station to replenish energy. These incredibly popular rides that don't exist yet, or at least have not been finished yet, that you can't really say are the most popular in the resort.
They might be though,
but you haven't let anyone in the resort. So yeah, if you happen to be in Beijing in the next few years, keep an eye out for this.
Like, I think the weirdest thing, like, if that thing is true and there is a Waterworld thing.
Was it Waterworld? Was that what broke you? Is that what made you like, yeah, I know.
Shit, there is a Waterworld thing. I'm watching the video now, and there is I enjoyed Waterworld back in the day because it's not very good and it's kind of dumb fun. But for some reason they went, okay, we've got a water show. What do we have that's water themed? Waterworld. Who remembers that movie? Like 20-year-olds, kids, people who are 20 now, they won't know what fucking Waterworld is, or it's highly unlikely they'll fucking know what Waterworld is, right?
I mean, it seems unlikely that they would know what Waterworld is.
It's not one of the standout movies
like
of its day.
Yeah. No, it also seems like they may have kidnapped Steven Spielberg for this promo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had him in the Great Wall sequence for some reason, which is a terrible film.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about China in the last couple of weeks, so it's nice to see something they were just like, look, China's going to have something.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the actual footage of things that are real are taken, I guess, from the Orlando stuff.
Yeah. As evidenced by the very
built.
American patrons.
That's what I thought. Yes, I assumed so as well. But hey, hey, Transformer, big cool roller coaster ride, going to China. Cool. Yep. It's a Transformers thing. We are struggling for news. What can I say? Shall I take us on, Mikey?
I might as well. It's all
okay, yeah, sure,
thing,
go for it.
And I always do the slides anyway because you have the attention span of a gnat.
It's true.
So TFcon, lots of TFcon stuff for the next couple of things. First of all, we have pre-orders up on TFcon Online, which is obviously TFcon's website, and ages 3 and up, with Fans Project KA13 Petrol. Ladies and gentlemen, Fans Project have made a thing.
Who?
Fans Project, Andy. They were a group in the early days of third party who were doing well and then made lots of mistakes by starting interesting lines and either not finishing them, not following up on them, or making a worse second half of them. I'm not over a few of these yet.
No, never.
No. But yeah, this is a G2 repaint of their Menasor, which... Yeah, so this is the first Fans Project thing in, 4 years? 5 years?
And you could argue it's not new, it's just a repaint. I wonder if this was done and already made all that time ago, and it's just been sat somewhere and someone bought the stock.
Maybe? Or like someone bought the models or something and decided to print them out?
Yeah. I mean, I could easily be wrong and Fans Project could be still going in some form, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was just they made it, had a case somewhere and just went, and we'll take these for a con exclusive. Woo!
Yeah. It's $120 apparently it's going to be, which
that's
really...
okay.
Yeah, but really screams to me like the Fans Project is not making money.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you this was close to 200 when it came out. Like the original, like
at least.
by all five.
Surely,
by all five guys.
Yeah.
So, neat. Weird.
Odd.
Incredibly weird.
Oh, Mikey, do you want a depressing thought? Do you want me to make you sad? I mean, this would be a theoretical universe happen. Right? Okay, now imagine it wasn't Fans Project G2 Devastator, right?
Right.
It was a repaint of the Glacial Lords.
No.
It was a repaint of the Glacial Lords, and they were like, right, if these do well, we'll put them out into new colors and put them out again to get extra money on the molding, or maybe they'll have made them into slightly different tweaks by slight molding changes. Yeah.
His name is Intimidator, and I hate him.
Sorry, who's called Intimidator?
Okay, so it's also the Menasor. It's also not 100. It's 120 for Menasor for Motormaster.
Oh no.
So it's 120 for him, 55 for everyone else.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds more appropriate, I suppose.
Yeah. So Petrol, Car Crash, Lost Chance, Downforce, and K-Bone, and I'm not familiar enough with the G2 color schemes to tell them apart in third party beyond the fact that I'm assuming the race car is Dragstrip.
The names aren't actually too bad. They're quite good Transformer names, actually.
But you've ruined them.
I know. I mean, I didn't ruin them.
You did.
You were never interested in them to begin with. To be fair, let's be honest.
You've still ruined them.
I've simply added more poo to an uninteresting pie.
Well, let us continue taking chunks off of that pie with the third-party slides, ladies and I watched this one, and oh my god, please never make a joke again.
Well, was it a live stream that you watched or something?
Oh, the puns were so bad.
Do you have any examples?
No,
do you remember any?
No, God, no. But,
so they didn't burn into your brain or anything, thankfully.
No, but I remember just like sitting there going like, what the fuck are you saying? Why are you using words in this way? It don't make no gosh darn sense.
Sometimes puns all you need, Mikey.
Listen, I'll accept innocent, which is the only one I'm accepting at the moment. And let's taco about this because they are intentionally terrible.
Let's taco about this. I kind of like that one
and
as
they
well.
were punished. They were punished.
Yeah.
Those were recognized and treated appropriately.
No, wait, Mikey, wait. Very cute, Mikey. No, Mikey. I rob you, Mikey. Very cute.
This might have gotten me watching Polka, by the way.
I could see that.
Because I hadn't been watching her, and now I'm just like, her, like, at least her Among Us streams are a thing of fucking beauty.
She's pretty sus, though.
Again, like, so far with Among Us, I've watched 3 different groups, a couple of Hololives and a couple of English ones, and the entire thing, there's just one person who in every single group who it doesn't matter if they're guilty or not. You want them out.
Yep. For one reason or another, you're just like, I don't trust you, or you're too good.
But yes. Terrible puns terrible puns. So the slide, I will give them this. The slide's open with 2020 has been a total mess. Let's try and have some fun with some robots. Also, there was a weird thing like Meg toys. I know, right? Mm-hmm. Which is like, I mean, you didn't do that for Fans Project when you announced an exclusive at their thing. You know, the company I think is actually dead. But yeah, Meg Toys have announced... Yeah, I'm going there. Meg Toys have announced the Remaster EX line, which is a redo of some of their masterpieces. Specifically, their Seeker mold. This will come with enhanced from the original releases, improved color schemes, remolded parts and accessories, and accessories exclusive to the X series. The first one is Acid Swarm, who is a green... very, very green Seeker.
Acid Swarm versus Storm.
Yes, but not in camo. He's not camo. He's just green.
I actually like this a bit more, to be honest, because this is how he arguably should look if you want to go G1 accurate in quotations.
Yeah. He has a little blast effect. We also have Starscream, who's coming with blast effects and multiple new heads and new faces to go with those heads.
But he's the same. Is he a new mold? He is the same mold as he was.
It's all the same mold, but there's just modifications made.
Oh, okay.
So new color schemes and new accessories.
Is this wise to do with the whole new masterpiece coming out soon? Is this not like a competitor kind of thing?
Possibly. I know that people really liked Meteor.
Same, yeah. He was meant to be really good.
Yeah, and then they did Galaxy Meteor as well, if I remember.
Yep.
But
it seems like it could be dangerous, potentially.
Yeah, no, this could be problematic.
Yeah.
Very problematic in all honesty, but we'll see how it plays out. They've confirmed the release schedule is for January, Acid Storm and Meteor X, and then February they will bring out Jetstream and March will bring Booster, and they appear to be Dirge and Thrust, if I'm guessing right.
Let's say yes. It's something that.
Thrust I get because he's got that big fan things, but without colors, I think it's hard to tell Dirge and Ramjet apart. Next up, we also have this is blowing people's minds because do you remember Make Toys were doing that kind of what was it, Cross Dimensions line? Do you remember that? It was like hyper stylized characters, and they did an Optimus, and I think they did a Megatron. And
did we like them or not?
We did.
Did we? Okay.
We were quite positive on them because they were like super articulated and crazy. But then they died off, and they were supposed to have a Galvatron coming and stuff like that. Well, they have revealed MTCD Cross Dimension 06 2021 Shockwave, who I honestly thought had a beast mode looking at this guy.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly a Shockwave mold, but it feels like it's not Shockwave. It feels like maybe a drone or a different character.
Yeah. He's got kind of a cross. Basically, it's kind of what would happen if you cross Dive Bomb, G1 Shockwave, and Prime Shockwave into one body. Because the head really makes me think Dive Bomb. Like, it's got that, like, I'm wearing an eagle vibe.
All right, I see what you're saying. I could go for like maybe Guy Hawk, but if you put like a face mask on him as well.
Yeah. So he is a bulky boy.
Yes.
Who comes with like an unarmored version and then a souped up armored version, and he also has a whip weapon. And he transforms into just a big gun that does look more like an actual gun than anything Shockwave's ever turned into. But yeah, the whip seems to be there. Like, he's got the pipes that go into his cannon arm. Like, it just seems he's got, like, those can be taken out and used to beat people to death. I like the aesthetic. I'm interested in the aesthetic, but I want to know more.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be done in Shockwave colors, or do you think it's going to be done in weirder colors?
See, I would like it in weirder colors.
Yeah.
Like, if you did, like, 6-shot, like Energon 6-shot or something.
Yep. That'd work quite well with a different head as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Or even Energon Shock Blast with the green. But I think he'll come out in Shockwave colors.
Yeah, it's
now,
safer.
Will it be? Yeah. But if he works well, I'm sure we'll get repaints or something. But I dig him. Like, I love that sort of like chunky action figure vibe. And like that's something like basically he looks like kind of what I wanted Prime Shockwave to be.
Okay.
Because that figure looks amazing and doesn't do a lot.
Do you mean the toy?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Because like I love looking at that toy. Because that is a badass Shockwave design.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
And it was a great Shockwave as well, in my opinion. But it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, we've said multiple times, and we've said this, and we'll keep saying it about the Prime line. The Prime line came out at the wrong time. Yeah, unfortunately.
Absolutely. This looks like they took that design and added bits and bobs to it.
I can see that.
Yeah. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I like it. I'm not a big fan of the alt mode because it is basically just a gun.
Yeah.
And there's not much playability with just a gun as an adult collector, because it's not a smart idea to run around outside with a gun and go pew pew pew
pew pew
anytime. Yeah, it's never a good idea. So if it could have had like even a shitty jet mode or something, that would have been okay. But don't get me wrong, I don't hate it. I think it looks like quite a nice futuristic kind of gun. But if it did have an extra mode of some description, some kind of future jet or something, that would also be a bit nice, so you could swoosh it about. It's hard to swoosh a gun, and again, not make it look silly.
Yeah. So moving on there, we've got the Planet X Helios Metallic Edition, which is the Ultra Magnus armor for the Fall of Cybertron Optimus the Planet X did, done in Diaclone colors and shiny metallic. I believe this was TFcon exclusive originally, or at least like True Chosen Prime or Ages 3 Up or Ages 3 and Up or whatever, because this was apparently I didn't see anything about the actual convention. I just saw like a few sales and some art stuff. So I don't think they did any like online streaming or anything. I think this was it. But if anyone can correct me on that, please do. But yeah, so this is just the Ultra Magnus they did in Diaclone colors. It kind of works. And then you get like a little blue Prime if you want one. So I think he looks decent. I'm just, not much to say about it.
I've never been a big fan of the design of this Ultra Magnus from the game series. It's one of the Fall of Cybertron designs which I genuinely always thought looked a bit lame, especially for Ultra Magnus. I think it's the Prime is okay, but Ultra Magnus, I think it's the head. I think because he doesn't have the classic head design, he doesn't have that Ultra Magnus feel. He looks to me always like a grunt, but that's not Planet X's fault. That's the design that the game High Moon Studios did, so they're just kind of following that along. And for that, it's okay. Color placement seems to be fine. Maybe there's not enough red on it to really hit me with the Diaclone color. Everything about it just screams kind of background character grunt, kind of a bit boring to it, more so than anything else. So I'm personally not very much into it. But there you go.
All right. Next up, we have Shockwave. We've already talked about him. After that, though, we've got an interesting one. Planet X are branching out a bit. They appear to be doing IDW Grimlock from, of course, the original Maximum Dinobots and More Than Meets the Eye. So, yeah, this is the Grimlock design from the comic. We get to see him in a CAD model of Robot and T-Rex mode. And I mean, I certainly like it, but that's my favorite Grimlock design, so a little bit biased. I think it looks pretty good. Looking at it in detail, I'm kind of wondering if this is a severe retool.
Of whom?
Of Vulcan.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, that'd be interesting.
just looking at like the tail seems to work the same way. And if I look at the CAD model of the legs, I'd swear they're collapsing the same way. Now, it could just be they're using some similar design intent because, hey, it's a Grimlock. But I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I mean, it would be a smart way to do it, because if you've already got a good way to collapse the tail, why fight with what works, I guess?
And like, hey, Vulcan's an excellent figure, so if you get another reuse out of it and with a bit of retooling into a character design I really, really like, do it. I love that T-Rex design, so I'm definitely on the lookout. As long as those, like, looking at the Rex mode, as long as the feet work, because I am slightly concerned about those the ankles.
Why? Just because of the weight or something?
Just because, like, you've got all this weight down on one little joint, and that works in real animals. It doesn't really work in people or toys. So, like, having the actual, like, accurate feet might work against him, because, like, obviously the Fall of Cybertron one has mostly big chomper feet.
I would imagine they'd have to use some kind of ratchet joint there, and it's one of those things, like you say, with how much weight and what positions can that ratchet joint potentially go into, and, like you say, keep the toy stable.
Yeah,
be kind of interesting to see.
Also, like, if depending on how experienced I am at customizations at the time, you could easily turn this into Fang.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. You mentioned that the Planet X is spreading out and doing this IDW stuff, but is that true? Because I can't remember offhand, but weren't Planet X the ones who were doing the DJD?
No, that was Mastermind.
That's Mastermind. Oh, they are spreading out then.
This is a far than, like, up until recent, like, Planet X's most recent things are the semi-original, semi-IDW Starsaber and Detsaurus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I've been meaning to pick up that Detsaurus, but it's just like having the cash at the right time. But yeah, I will get the Grimlock. I've got to, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
Easier. Like, hey, it's the IDW Grimlock you've wanted in physical form since 2008.
I know Mr. Roche, his creator, his father, is pretty pleased as well.
Yes, he is, like, having some sort of joygasm. But because he doesn't have to he doesn't have to ignore third party officially anymore. So he can just go like, I want it now.
Yeah.
My baby. My baby. So yeah, I'm super curious. Like I really like that Rex design. And yeah, like if I got good at customizing, because I'm hoping to get that Flame Toys Optimus for customizing my first proper custom attempt by Christmas.
Ooh.
So, which was going to be Toxitron, but I'm kind of leaning towards not ripping off Flame Toys and doing something else with it.
Okay.
Like maybe a Diaclone. Or like, I don't know. I'm still deciding, but I'm watching customization vids and trying to learn tips and tricks and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot to know about painting, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, I'll say Mecha Guy Kotsu's videos have been good because he's been fucking up. So I've just watched him fuck up and then say, okay, how do people who know what they're doing do? But yeah, no, I think this Grimlock looks good. Andy, you're not really a big Grimlock guy, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he looks solid. He looks. I'm not even personally a big fan of this design. I think it's an interesting one, and it's nice. It's gonna get some merch out for it, basically. You know, even it's not something that I would personally want. I'm more interested to see what it's like out of CAD. I want to see like a prototype of this, and like you say, see how it works, and try and get a grasp in my little mind palace of how this thing's gonna kind of transform and maybe even feel in hand. But Planet X have done pretty solid stuff, as far as I remember, from their Fall of Cybertron line. So I think this should hopefully be another good release, and one that most Grimlock fans, I'd hope, be pleased with. And look, Mikey, you can be happy about a Grimlock toy coming out.
Look, I'm enjoying something. Isn't that horrible and weird? I don't enjoy anything.
Excellent. We'll need to change that. I didn't say anything.
He did, the fool.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Bullseye. I'm going to put you on my back.
Oh, no. Please, Mikey, tell me about something far more boring and well-trodden.
Zeta Toys have decided to do, via CAD models, because they're not at the prototype stage, Generation 1 Masterpiece scaled aerial bots.
Have they already done a aerial bot set before?
I don't know.
That's not a joke. I don't know
I
because
don't know,
maybe.
But I'm assuming because these are CAD models, no.
Okay. The reason I asked was because in my brain was like, maybe they did it when they first started up as a company, and this is now their 2021 version.
They've called it Superatron Mini. So, it's not. It's 23 centimeters. How is that big or small?
I don't have my tape measure on me at the moment.
I think this is small. I think these are legend scale.
Oh, well, that's different. So, yeah, they probably have done a larger Superion toy.
Yeah, probably, and this is like the CAD model scale down.
Huh. Oh, no, it won't be that. It won't be the CAD model scale down, because you can see, like, all the small joints and whatnot on them. And the massive pegs in between the legs.
But yeah, so, okay, cool.
It's a shame it's Superion. I'm sorry, Superion. I'm not a Superion stand. I cannot give my love to Superion because he's just dull. Yes. The best thing he did was in The Return of Optimus Prime, where he fought Defensor on the bridge and lost in a few seconds.
Yes. Next up, we have a new third-party company who have decided to step on Flame Toys' toes. So this is Kidman.
Huh.
Matt, I believe.
Like Kid Rock?
Yes, Andy, like Kid Rock.
Hey, I remember Kid Rock.
So they are doing non-transforming, apparently Kurakara Kuri level figures. That's
Action Masters?
Anyway. I will break your toes for even making that joke. So they've got two here. We have the Emperor. Okay. And we have Grimlock.
Who are these characters, Mikey? Their names are hard to discern who they could be.
Who could this be? The Emperor is, of course, Galvatron, and Grimlock is Kakaryu. It's Goryu and it's Kakaryu. So yeah, it's a non-transforming high-end posable Grimlock and a non-transforming high-end posable Galvatron. I am usually the first to get excited about these things.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't own any Flame Toys, I definitely want a Tarn one day. I'm planning on selling you.
Yay, you won't get much. You'll need a lot more of me to sell.
But they've got their style is a bit
weird.
Unpolished. Might be a nice way of saying. Like,
yeah.
The Grimlock does, like...
It doesn't look like Grimlock.
No, it's got kind of the head, but it could
even
be
then,
anyone.
Yeah.
Like, no wing, like yeah, like it's got more of a faceplate than Grimlock tends to have.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of sharp angles, and nothing about the body really looks like him.
No, it looks like just a generic robot, really, and maybe even a mecha.
Yeah, the colors I'm sure will bring it out, but
sure.
Like, it doesn't even have you're not transforming. You don't have to worry about things getting in the way. Why doesn't he have big honking back wings?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm guessing they're going for, like, maybe a Cybertron design or something, which is why he doesn't have anything.
Like, I'm all for stylization. I'm all for it, guys. But, like, I don't, like, if the head on its own doesn't bother me, it just, like, the whole thing just has, I don't know, like, maybe the shoulders do a bit, but This feels like a design where it's going to be color-centric.
Maybe, I mean, this is taking a leap. Maybe he'll have accessories which aren't on this toy, which will give the silhouette more to Grimlock.
Yeah. And
but
like,
that's just a guess.
Again, I am super up for highly posable action figure Transformers, but and I saw someone like look at a Flame Toys thing and go like, why would I buy this when I can buy a toy for half the price that transforms from some third-party thing? And I'm just like, what? Why are you alive?
Because they're two very different items.
Yes, they're very different products. They're just because it's the same character doesn't make it the same product.
Yeah.
You can't compare Mastermind's Tarn to Flame Toys Tarn.
That's almost like going, why would I buy a retro Cobra Commander where I could buy a Sideshow one? You know, the Sideshow ones which are like $200 and big and have loads of extra accessories.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, well, why would I go with that when I could get the original one? It's like, well, because it's very, very different.
Yeah. And I don't like Emperor. He's got kind of Galvatron's legs, but apart from that, is like his design is super clustered.
Yeah, again, maybe it's the fact that it's all grey and it's all kind of mushing together, but the head design is strange.
He's got this really long chin.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the aesthetic is, but it's not a Transformer aesthetic.
Yeah. Does he have, like... It's not really an anything trend. Like, it feels to me, it's got that kind of off-model vibe you see from... like animes or something where it's clear like I have never drawn a mech before.
Yeah. I could see it also as like you remember the Japanese anime where they're all in like elementary school and all these kids pilot robots.
The dinosaur one.
It's kind of got a face like that, kind of. Yeah, the model kit's actually pretty good.
But yeah, no, it's got the same. Yeah, I agree with that. Kind of like Dan Kuga if he got punched.
Yeah, at least the face, specifically the face.
But yeah, like he's a weird one. I want to see. I'll hold back opinions on Kidman products until we get some colored, hopefully prototypes.
Granted, we clearly don't have the most positive at the moment. I'd say
I would say conservatively a bit, but it could be changed.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But yeah, next up is Mega Tank from Mega Tank.
Ooh.
So this is a hyper metallic, sort of reminds me of the G.I. Joe titanium transforming Megatron in terms of the overall shapes.
Who's this character meant to be, though, Mikey?
I don't know. We can't see his face. He looks like he's in a Japanese porn movie. He has the sexual organs in a Japanese porn movie.
Oh no.
Which during the week, because I was watching some Project Melody videos, because she has some bizarrely well-researched videos about the history of porn in Japan. Mm-hmm. She actually explained why censorship is a thing in Japan, in porn. Seriously, bizarrely well-researched.
She's very knowledgeable at very specific things.
Yeah, also some very unspecific things, like when she started talking about the Bone War in one of her streams, and I'm just like, where did you learn about the Bone War?
Yeah,
like you're getting the stuff right, which means like you read about this, you looked this up. Like I know paleontologists who don't know about the second Bone War. But but yeah, so this is kind of kind of gives a 3-0 vibe in terms of like the dry brushing and stuff like that. Lots of metallic. And yeah, it transforms into a very detailed Megatron who has a blurred face for some reason.
Have we seen this before? Because I'm sure we've made fun of another company who hid the Megatron face. Is this the same one?
Yeah, I think it might be, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Because we saw a CAD model. That might have been this.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, what do you think, his weird face aside?
It's very detailed. It kind of looks almost like one of the Ulti-Metal toys, but with a transformation gimmick to it.
Yeah.
So I'm not against it. It's a very specific design to go for, of course, but it's okay.
I'm curious.
It'd be nice to see what the face was.
Yeah,
obviously.
I want to see what does he come with? What's his price range? Because this guy gives the vibe of expensive.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was looking at him and he's not going to be cheap. You could tell just by looking at him.
And then you have to get a repro label for him, and you just feel like you're doing something awful because this little sticker you're sticking on the chest of this toy that probably costs more than your car.
God, how cheap's your car? Or how expensive is this toy?
Both of those are questions you don't want to know.
No.
Next up, Fans Hobby. The first one is a TFcon exclusive. This was only available through the TFcon stuff, Chosen Prime. Each piece with a laser engraved serial number, which was Wheelblade.
Who's that, Mikey?
You know Windblade.
I do know her. We are on intimate terminology.
What if she had wheels?
Then she'd be a car, not Windblade.
Or what if she was planes have wheels. Yeah, no one thought of that, did they? So yeah.
Aha! Checkmate, motherfucker.
Checkmate. So this is girl from Master Force whose name is escaping me for some reason.
Minerva,
thank you. I knew it began with an M. Minerva retooled into Windblade. So
for
comes
reasons.
with a new mold. Yeah, for reasons. Comes with a new molded chest, new molded sword, and a new headmaster who is just called Junior Partner or Junior Driver.
I love the name Junior Partner.
But yeah, so also a scabbard to stick the sword in. I think the car mode looks really good.
Yeah,
and I think the little Junior Minerva figure looks very good. I think maybe it's just the head, but I don't think the robot works.
No, it looks like the bad versions of Windblade that we've had in the past. Not the worst. It's not the original Generations version where she had the very stylized face before they actually gave her the more animated look, I suppose.
Yeah.
But this feels like such a strange redo of a figure.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be like weird, right? And you want to do something a bit strange that's gonna maybe tickle some fans, why don't you do one of the Megatronia girls?
Do that.
Because it's an exclusive, and you're going to be doing some bloody remolding anyway. So,
and you could do them from a car.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's at least one in there. The ninja
also,
one.
This is really highlighting that thing that I really don't like Windblades who don't have some sort of wings or an OB, but like they like having car backpack. I need something on the back. I didn't like it in Cyberverse, and I don't like it here.
Yeah. Something just off. Again, it's missing her the essential silhouette of Windblade.
Yeah. But like honestly, the car mode looks great. Honestly, does.
I mean, it's the same car mode, so yeah.
But like, it's a really nice paint job, and
yeah,
I hear the figure's pretty solid, so that's good. It's just, I think I'd rather get Minerva.
How do you feel the headmaster's turned out? Because it looks to me a little bit flat in some ways.
Yeah. The actual little headmaster lady, I like, but I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm not. It's got that flat. I like the Titan's Return. Windblade had the same thing. Yes,
definitely.
Which people really like that toy. I was never crazy about it. I think it's a bit too much on the chunky side.
I can see that. I thought it was okay. It's not my favorite Windblade, but it has more workable feet than, again, the Generations version.
I'm still waiting for Cyberverse to announce a Windblade Deluxe.
Oh, Mikey.
Listen, they keep not canceling Cyberverse, Andy.
I think having faith is a way to sadness, but you know.
Anyway, they also announced MBA-04, which is an add-on kit for their Double Evil Overlord, who was very Master Force themed.
Yes.
This is their way of turning him into IDW. So this is going to be a IDW style gun with bullets, chest armor pieces to replace the replace the Power Masters, and optional faceplates with Murder Face and Smiling Murder Face, and optional eyes with a damaged eye from that scene where Impactor took out his eye in Last Stand of the Wreckers.
Yay.
So I think that's neat. I think the faces are honestly pretty good.
I think they're better than the original face.
Yeah, I never liked the original face.
No.
I will admit I'm not crazy about the weird smirking one, where it's just like the sideways thing. It's just like, it looks like he's like like an animation frame where he's been punched.
Yeah, it gives too much of it. Because of the rest of the shape of his face, it looks like a Starscream more so than anything.
Yeah. I think the other face is a much better one specifically for Overlord.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. But no, I think this is neat. That does look like a good toy, even if there's a few elements of it I was never crazy about. But so yeah, I think that's good. Kind of wish they were.
I will throw out that I don't know about you, but the blue boob panels on top of the white are a bit off because they don't fully cover the white, so there's this kind of white ring around them.
It's almost like they were intended to be open and have little people in there.
Almost. So it does, at least to me, it really stands out. Also, the bullets. Why?
I don't know.
It's neat, but that just seems like something that you'll lose very quickly, or could lose, or could eat if you're silly.
And I can't think why bullets for Overlord.
I can't. Yeah, I don't think we've.
How often did he even use that gun?
He didn't need to. to be fair. Also, like, just in general, in Transformers, is it often that usually it's just energy blast, but that could just be an effect. I don't think I've often seen Transformers, in quotations, like, reload their gun, for whatever that means.
Movies had bullets.
Yeah.
But they never reloaded them.
It's odd. I mean, it's, like, again, it's kind of neat, but, like, what are you going to do with them? It doesn't look like his hands are going to be... It's going to be easy for him to hold them in his hands to, like, reload his gun.
Yeah.
So it's an odd choice.
Yeah. It's a bit weird. Next up, anyway, is the test shot, the color test shot for MB-15 Naval Commander, which is the Armada Optimus Prime.
Is he called Naval Commander because of how fucking huge his groin is? Like, his groin is aggressively large. Have you seen it?
It is. But you see, Andy, a naval armada, right?
So
he's Armada Prime.
Right.
So he's the commander from Armada.
Okay.
So he's a naval commander.
Mm-hmm.
With a big dick.
Okay.
I
thought there was going to be more to it than that. I was waiting for the big revelation that my smooth brain hadn't seen. I was like, no, okay, that's fine. Okay.
But yeah, so this is a colored test shot. It's not fully painted or anything.
Yeah.
But we get to see him in all his modes. He also will apparently have swappable ears, which I'm assuming is referencing something from Armada. I don't remember. We see him posing. He does look like he's a very posable super robot, but they seem to have gone a wee bit heavy on the accuracy. Because basically his entire back half is a set of truck panels. Now, they do have the option for being like brought up as like turrets on his back. But when he's posing, it don't look good.
I mean, I think that's the issue with this Prime in general, isn't it? Having him do that super mode and have that trailer turn into functional legs, and then, like you say, have all those panels.
I might have like had those separate off and turn into a drone or something.
Maybe, yeah.
No.
It's hard to say because some people, we've said this before. Lots of people hate parts forming, so maybe they wanted to keep away from that. Maybe they kind of wanted. Maybe it was cheaper for them not to go down that road. But I would agree that the pose where he's aiming his gun and he's bending his knee is I can't even like tell what's happening to his torso. It looks like a Rob Liefeld drawing. It looks like a mess. It's weird though,
but that's a bit mean.
It's weird though because like when the figure's just standing still, it doesn't look too bad. It looks quite good for. The super mode Optimus Prime woo-woo, which is always a bit of a strange design.
Yes. And like the picture we have of him with them up as like turrets on his back, I think that works fairly well.
Yeah.
But it's just Anyway, we also get to see his vehicle mode, just showing off a couple of small gimmicks, like you can fit little cars, and it'll come with little car friends who shoot out of turrets.
Oh my god!
And we also get to see, his robot mode, his base robot mode, which will have an opening chest matrix, and he can very badly fake the Optimus Prime super punch energy fist thing he did.
He's trying.
Not quite hell in heaven. Also, I just realized that was probably what that was a reference to.
No, that's really depressing because they're so bad in comparison to Hell in Heaven.
Yeah. Also, this does get referenced in Gridman.
You mean the Super Optimus Prime?
Yep, the Optimus Prime double fist punch.
Oh, that yeah. No. I thought you meant the super mode. I was like, when?
We also get to see his Minicon, whose name
Spark
escapes me.
Plug?
Oh, I don't know. Who looks a little
thin.
Crap.
Okay, all right. God damn, Mikey. Sure, yeah, okay.
I mean, he doesn't look good. You wouldn't buy the figure for him, really, would you?
They're trying to make a very, very small figure very posable.
Yes.
And you can only do so much, I guess. But I would agree it's not the best, but it is very posable, it seems, anyway.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah. And we get to see him next to their Power Master Optimus. And, those are a pair of chunky boys together.
Yes.
but I can't say I'm flipping tables to get him.
No, well, they got this out before the Hasbro version, which has kind of drifted off into the ether.
Which did look better.
Yeah.
But then got absorbed by COVID, I'm assuming. Because everything
or
has.
something else.
But yeah, we also see MB14 development in progress. The greatest name. I believe this is Siren? No. Ace Hitter MB14. Was there a fire truck in Master Force?
Yeah, Hosehead.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't remember it well.
Cab.
Thank you. I just remember
was Tarzan.
He wore a dress once.
Him and Ghost Shooter were trying to find out who had the biggest stick and was going to get Minerva at one point, and then that was stopped, thankfully.
Yes, or also in a Japanese-made cafe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, we get Cab or Hosehead or whoever you want him to be, I suppose. This is a prototype. The face is colored, nothing else is. The body looks fairly decent.
The fire truck mode looks really stumpy.
Yeah.
Not bad, just very stumpy for some reason.
Yeah, this is one where I need to see colors.
That'd be nice. That would be helpful, yeah.
Because the base robot mode is just so generic.
To
be honest. I like how the front opens up to put the little people in.
Yeah, that's fun. Kind of reminiscent of the God Bomber truck mode.
And yeah, then they show off a group shot of everyone together from Master Force.
Yay.
Which is neat. I hadn't realized that their shooter wasn't out yet.
Is it not? I thought it was out as well, to be honest.
Because it's a prototype.
Huh.
But hey. Does their Gijinrai have fantabulous hair is my question.
Probably not.
And next up is MB18 Development in Progress, who is a core robot, a core truck mode, and a combine mode. I have no idea. The general head shape makes me think Optimus something. But it looks like... Oh no!
What?
Oh no! I just realized.
Oh no!
Did you just realize what it was?
I don't know. It's Fatimus Prime.
Yeah, I just realized as I was skimming through and I realized how they combined.
Yep. You see, as soon as you see the helicopter and the truck, and it says you can have them in either the arm or the leg, it's like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, I guess it makes sense, but okay.
Yeah, and then you scroll back and suddenly core robot. That looked big, but I thought it was oh.
I get what some people who really like Energon, sweet.
Do they
Chef's
like that
kiss.
Design? Do they really like that design?
Maybe it's
because I have met people who like Energon. I've met people who like. I've met legitimate things. I've never met anyone who praises that design.
It'll have a nostalgic taste for someone.
For someone. Wow, I never thought we'd be at this stage. Third-party Energon Prime.
Yeah, I mean, good for those people that want it, but it is very much a really okay. It's being ballsy. It's doing something that no one's done, so we have to give them that.
But here's the thing: do you want them to go whole hog, Fat Prime? Oh my God, he's got no arms. Or do you want them to anime him up?
I thought you were just going to end it with, do you want them? And I was just going to no. I had to stop myself so hard from going, just no. Do I want him to be fat? Well, kinda, yeah. I mean, if they're going... I suppose... Because to be honest, looking at their Armada Prime, it didn't look like he was show accurate on his model. So they're probably not going to make him fat. Because the show accurate model for Energon, like we've said, was kind of based heavily off the toy, or was the toy and then turned into CGI, whichever it was. So he was a chunky boy. That's where the meme came from all those years ago. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get a more slender, stylized version of him as fitting with the rest of this line, I guess. Maybe they'll make him not look shit, but I doubt it. I don't have much faith in that.
No. But hey, there's one we weren't expecting. moving on, we've got Moon Studio, who are doing Radiotron, which is Raiden. So I am honestly not familiar enough with any of the Raiden components to remember who any of these people are. But the core robot looks good. It's a CAD model, of course, but the actual core design looks good. He's a 6 robot combiner, I believe. We see the various things, and they're basically just different train types. One of the robot modes appears to have a mustache.
You should remember what the leader's called, at least, Mikey.
Billy?
You don't remember what the leader of Raiden's called?
No.
Grimlock?
Oh, yeah!
At least in a bad dub.
The best dub. I think this guy looks good. Again, I'm not familiar enough with Raiden's design to see if it's like super accurate or not, but I think it looks good. One of the I'm just scrolling through the robots right now. Like one has a mustache, one has Overlord lips.
Does he?
The last one.
Oh, he do. Oh, he does have the kiss on, yeah.
Yeah, one kind of looks like he's long haul.
Which one?
Third one. Or third to last one.
Oh, yeah, Mixmaster, you mean?
Yeah, no, yes, you're right.
Yeah, Mixmaster.
But, I mean, I'm interested. I'm curious. I want to see what he looks like.
Again, it's nice to see Raiden getting some love, because no one gives a fuck about Raiden because he's only in Japan, which is kind of a shame, because I think Raiden always had a good design. Obviously not the most exciting modes, because they were just trains. It was just a set of trains. Rather than, you could argue the aerial bots were just jets, but
yeah.
There's maybe it is very much a Western mentality of trains are fucking boring for the most part. But I think it's definitely good to see that Raiden's getting something. Do you think we'll get more Raidens in the future?
Maybe. Hey, I want a rail racer, so be successful with trains. Make trains cool again.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but how many Dino Kings have we had, or Monstructors? Not many, unfortunately.
Fans project.
Yeah.
But Andy, no one's tried to do a Minosaur yet.
Haven't they? Are you
what
sure?
What about Devastator?
What year is this?
Yeah, moving on from that, we've got prototypes for Kang Toys' next figure, which is their Dive Bomb. Now, they've been doing, they're of course doing the Predaking, but they're doing the very Zoids-inspired beast modes. So they did the Rampage and the Tantrum that people really like the actual core robots.
You really liked the cat one,
Rampage.
didn't you?
Yeah, I really like the Rampage. Like, I'd consider getting Rampage on his own. I haven't seen enough of the Tantrum, but he does look good. This is, of course, Dive Bomb, so it's a bird. And yeah, the base robot mode, I'm not crazy about the head. It looks like he's wearing a really big helmet. But apart from that, I think it looks good. And I really like you kind of got me at something that gets to curl its wings around. Like, I have
it's
a
a
thing
cape
for that.
Yeah,
I have a thing for that. Hey, have I told you what Gundam I'm waiting to get in the box? It's one with a big cloak. But the bird mode, honestly, is better than I was expecting. Because it looks like it actually does something. Like, the head looks decent, the legs actually look decent. It's still a robot pretending to be a bird, but it looks like a better approach to that.
Yeah, the bird mode kind of reminds me a little bit more of like a Rodan kind of thing than like an eagle or anything like that.
Yeah. Like,
and it's
kaiju-esque.
Yeah, very much so. I don't think the robot mode's very good, mainly because of that bird hat.
Yeah.
It reminds me of. Do you remember Ben Stiller from Tropic Thunder when he kills the panda and he takes the panda's head as a hat? It looks like that, but with a bird head.
He loved that panda.
He loved that panda. You never go full retard, man. Never go full retard. That's a fun movie that wouldn't be allowed to exist in this day.
No, it would not.
Go watch Tropic Thunder, though. It's fun. Yeah. There's some really edgy shit.
Although, if you don't like Tom Cruise...
I don't know. I think it might be one of Tom Cruise's best roles.
I heard someone say once they liked the movie until they realized that was Tom Cruise.
Oh, but he's not acting, which is the best thing.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like he was.
Ask him to act. He just went, just be yourself today, Tom.
What was the movie that Ben Stiller was really loved for in that community? Was it Special George? Is that what the movie was called?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about, though. They made him
I
keep
don't, actually.
where he was captured by the terrorists, and he was made to act the same movie out over and over again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Special
God.
George, I think it was
something like that.
Yep.
Oh man, and it was just like you went too far, man. You went too far. But yeah, and the weird bit where Robbie Downey Jr. has what I think might be a genuine existential crisis on set.
Oh my, yeah.
So yeah, next up is Lemon 3, which is just re-showing us their Shockwave and their movie toys.
Yeah, we've seen all of this before.
Yep.
It's not even like a painted version, so.
Nope. Basically, everything before
Ooh,
X-Transbot.
that Soundwave mode, that Soundwave tape mode though is pretty fucking rough.
I mean, it is basically a robot going like, "You don't see me."
Yeah, it's like that, and it's like he's doing that and squatting at the same time, having a poop.
Just make him a car.
Yeah.
Some of the best Soundwave designs of recent years have just been him as a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, so X-Transbots, we've got their Autobot X, which I believe is like a big scale one. But I'm assuming it's just an action figure.
It looks it. We've had one of these before, haven't we? But
we
that
have,
was from someone else, right?
Yes, that was more PVC figure, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Though I do relate to this guy's face quite a lot.
Yeah,
he echoes my emotions.
I could never decide if I want an Autobot X in some form.
No, you don't.
I mean, I think it was a fun idea.
It was a fun idea. It's kind of an obvious idea though as well. It's just Frankenstein's monster, just with Spike's brain in it, being really dumb. Which I'm not sure whether that was Spike just being normal or not.
True. Next up, we have the most G1 style approach to this. This is the third or fourth Deathsaurus figure we've got, but this is the first one that's trying to be the G1 figure with joints.
Yeah.
Very posable breast animals. His boobs
Just
are
breasts.
incredibly posable.
It's true. It is true.
Like that tiger boob is just like, wow, was not expecting that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the robot mode it's a not quite show model Deathsaurus, very much more in line with the toy.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to blend both in a lot of ways.
The beast mode is pure toy. Toy, because the in show it was way more like agile and kaiju like.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I like the Planet X Deathsaurus a lot, and Mastermind apparently are still planning to release their one.
Have they still not done it?
Nope.
Wow.
I was looking a while ago actually. But I don't know, like I think this is really good if you've never had a Deathsaurus, which is 94% of us.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was getting one, I would take one of the other options, and I'd go with the Planet X one. But I do think it's nice to have the Kaiju Chicken. I just wish the Kaiju Chicken looked like he had more modern engineering.
Yeah, it looks very plain in a lot of ways. It looks like something Hasbro could do easily.
Yeah, like this looks like the Hasbro thing of take the original toy and add joints.
Oddly enough, I would say this looks like a basic version of what Takara would do for a Masterpiece toy. Like, I think a Masterpiece toy would have a better look to it than this. Not that this is terrible.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't look... It looks like maybe a first draft of something.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, Deathsaurus, I ain't gonna complain about Deathsaurus representation in the world.
No, I don't think it looks terrible at all.
Doesn't have the big cannon, I notice.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, and or the ball chain. He's got a sword. He's got the shield, but no gun and no ball mace. I should say.
If you're going G1 in this, him need a big gun and him need a big mace.
Yeah, and preferably not molded together like the G1 toy, which was always a bad call.
That would be nice. The other one is okay. I know these guys to see, but I don't know their names.
The Omni Bots or the Omni or something.
Omni Bots.
Yeah.
So these are the Omni Bots in Masterpiece scale. They look fun.
One of them called Downshift or something. The white one, Downshift.
Sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, these are not G1 characters, standard G1 characters. So to be honest, I'm all about that.
Sure.
So I think they look good. I think they look fun. The red one is my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super inspired by these. They're okay. I I don't know, like the
So
idea of having
the gimmick seems to be like they're cars, and then like they've got flip out parts.
Yeah, almost like mask vehicles, but then they also have robot mode to them as well.
Yeah.
There's just something about the overall design, and this was the same for the original toys, that just feels very 80s and basic, which, is what they are. So I shouldn't complain too much, I guess.
Yeah. Next up, we have Mastermind Creation, sponsored by Penta.
Oh, no. I can hear a scream from Japan now.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Stop dying! Why do you keep dying? But their first one is the reformatted Detsaurus, DZEF. We've got updated prototypes, and it looks like it did before. Like, I don't see any design changes.
Mm-hmm.
I do
see one issue that the girls will make fun of him for.
Is it his chunk?
It's his very small tail.
He does have a very small tail.
He has a very small tail, which everyone will make fun of him for. But apart from that, it looks really fucking good.
Yeah. The beast mode's a hybrid of IDW and Classic. And the robot mode's definitely got the IDW face anyway. He looks good. He looks solid. Hopefully he comes out, because we've been waiting on this guy for like 2 years.
Seriously. Woof.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks really solid. Looks. Am I right in saying there's multiple wings on this guy?
What do you mean, multiple wings?
Hang on, I was looking. Or is that just the wings are held differently in a different light?
Well, he's got 2 wings, but they have the kind of flayed splayed look, like dive bomb.
One of the pictures, one of the last pictures, the wings look a little different, and I'm just trying to figure out if that's just angles.
Oh,
might just be angles.
Oh, I see.
Oh no, it's editing. It's editing. They cropped the picture weird. That's what it is.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I like the face sculpt. I like the face sculpt a lot.
Very much so. Yeah, it's really solid face.
Yep. Next up, we have another. I believe this was TFcon exclusive, or at least TFcon announced for pre-order. Vexo Promenan, which I feel is a risky toy to make.
Perhaps. I mean, it's not a Marvel figure, so that's something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's redoing their Ratbat into, which I believe was also their Drift mold.
Probably.
Into Batman.
Yeah.
So they're giving the Batwing a visual, and then like he's got his torso painted so it looks like he has a bat belt, and the face is like, what if Optimus Prime was Batman?
Yeah. Okay.
I kinda like it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like a bad attempt. It's just, man, that's Batman saturation.
Oh yeah,
which we've talked about many times.
Why not just redo a Blur into the Flash?
Who?
No, okay. Like it's you know how there's Batman and his friend Superman, and very occasionally their friend Wonder Woman who wanders around the back of their events.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you see these fuzzy figures behind them.
Yeah,
they're other people.
They're not just background characters.
No, they apparently matter on some level.
I don't think they do matter. I think that's the problem, Mikey.
Yeah. Hey, we got Debt in the Family out this week. The thing that's being processed as the greatest advancement in fiction storytelling by people who only watch the DC animated movies and have never heard the idea of multiple choice endings.
Oh, is this another Batman movie or something?
Yep. It's Debt in the Family, but with multiple choices where it could be like, what if Jason lived? What if Batman went nuts? What if the Joker regretted it? I don't know.
I have a feeling that it's not that good.
I don't know. I only saw the breakdown. I didn't see anything else. We also have Tor, which is their version of one of the DJD guys, and no, I still can't tell them apart. Or certainly remember their names. It's the one with the big spinny thing in his chest. He looks good. He looks shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, he must be done now, right? He can't be too far from coming out at this point.
No, because I know people have pre-orders in for him. We also have...
Do you know how much he is? Sorry, since you know he's coming in. Do you remember how much he is?
But he's big, so I'd expect he's probably close to 120, 150.
Okay.
But yeah, we also get to see Chrome Dome, the IDW style Chrome Dome, who doesn't look fully painted, but he comes with the Nemosurgery fingers, and I believe he comes packed in with a little rewind who turns into something vaguely like a data slug. Vaguely. But yes, is the more than meets the eye rewind. I like Chrome Dome and Rewind. I think Rewind's proportions are a bit weird because they wanted him to turn into that thing.
That didn't really work.
No, and it kind of hurt the robot mode.
Yeah.
I like the face sculpt, and I've always liked the Tumbler mode for Chrome Dome. So, yeah,
I think he is fully painted as well. By the way, to be honest,
really?
I think that's
his
the fully
eyes don't
painted
look...
version.
What about his face? Doesn't look quite right.
I know. I mean, I think there's too much beige going on. I think it all kind of mushes together a bit too much. But I think that's fully painted. I think that's done. I think like this one, the DJD dude, and the next one you'll talk about are all finished. I don't think there's going to be any changes to them. I could be wrong though. I'd be happy if I am.
Yeah, compared to the other ones, this does not look finished.
No, I know.
Then we've got Exodus, which is Getaway, done out of the Rodimus mold. Yeah, looks like Getaway.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong.
No, I have a list. But yeah, yeah, we have got like very good face sculpt, very good face sculpt.
Yes.
Good colors. Yeah, it just looks like a decent Getaway, to be honest. Chunky little alt mode, but he's always had that. We've also got Optus Pexus, is what they're calling the Orion Pax figure.
Sure.
Yeah, who has a new face, which basically they've elevated the faceplate a little.
Yeah, like he's got a little bit blue now for his nose, which is okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. I kind of like the other face better, if I'm honest.
I think I do. I don't think there's a massive difference between the two for me to care too much, to be honest.
Yeah. It's not taken away from the figure, but it looks like he might come with both heads, so if he does, that's great. But yeah, like it's still it's the IDW Orion Pack Stormbringer kind of look. This would be Orion, I believe, looking at the details. But yeah, no, I think this looks, still very solid. They show up next to a mysterious toy who's much taller. But yeah, he looks
mysterious?
Shh. It hasn't been announced yet.
Is that, I assumed this was from a different company. So strange.
And they smell the cloth. Does it smell like chloroform?
Did they actually say this during the panel that he wasn't meant to be showing us something? Or is this you speculating because we haven't seen anything for it?
Because he's in the next couple of slides.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, it's one of those things. Oh.
But yeah, this guy looks shut up. He looks super posable, and he's got like a matrix, and he can open it and shoot you with it, despite the fact he really shouldn't be able to at this stage. But no, I think he looks fun. He can touch his toes.
Yeah, a lot. Like when you see how the joints work, it's very impressive. But I think it's one of those things where it's not going to be photo friendly. Like the photo where he's got his hand up and his leg up in the air as well. If you turn that camera around, there's probably going to be a lot of weird gaps.
This is one of those things where, like, when you put it on a shelf, if you put him in a wild pose, you can never look at him from another angle.
Yeah. Which is fair enough. It makes sense because of him being a robot and whatnot. But it's one of those things to keep in mind. Like the thing with these kind of promotional photos is they're going to be taking these at the best angle possible, and they will compromise at every other angle to make sure that one shot looks great. Yep.
But they go through like how the joints work, how the knees work, how the elbows work. Like they go into a lot of detail. But yeah, like I'm interested in him. This is the one that broke the internet. The next one,
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, but we have Mentis, which is God, otherwise known as Rung.
I thought you were going to say Matsuri. Okay.
Oh God. Oh,
okay.
Now I'll never be able to look at this without hearing that in my head. Thank you for that. I'm God, okay?
It's more that I'm God, okay? Like, that's a threat. That's a threatening okay that she said.
I just like the one where she opens up with, I'm a perfect human. I'm a God. That's my favorite one. It's just like, oh no, she's broke. But yeah, this one's a bit unusual for a mastermind thing. Mostly because they seem to be acknowledging the fact he turns into nothing.
And to say they're sorry, they gave you all the things.
Yeah, so he turns into the thing. We don't technically know what it is because we never found out in the thing. We just found out that it made It made energon matrices, but we never actually found out what it was because
Mikey, I have a rag for you to smell.
No, but see, Andy, there was this mystery they were building for like 4 years. There was 4 years of a mystery, Andy. We were supposed to get a payoff to that mystery, and we never got it.
Join me smelling this. It's delightful.
No, but
here.
Andy, you don't understand that there was a fuck up.
It's so peaceful.
But yeah, so this is wrong. A little bit chunkier than our psychiatrist friend, but overall comes with they seem to have gone with, he doesn't transform into anything really. So we've given him a little scooter, which can be his backpack.
Was that a thing? I don't remember that being a thing.
The wheel on his back was fake. He rode a sort of scootery thing. I don't believe it ever looked like this, but that was a thing. Because I think it was also a wheelbarrow.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heads, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hand options. So the hand options are fists. No, he doesn't come with fists. He comes with sort of like closed hands, more open hands, wide. I burped halfway through. Sort of splayed hands that point forward, so he can say "stop in the name of love." Hands where he's doing like a 2-finger gesture, which I'm assuming is to make him look smart, and karate hands, for want of a better term.
Yeah, because none of these have like wrist joints in them, so there's one specific pair of hands that are twisted up, so you could like push the hands together in like a clap motion if you wanted. I'm surprised they didn't go for a wrist joint, to be honest.
Yeah, and me too. But hey yo.
Yeah.
The heads, we have basically 4 heads and then the same one with glasses, one without. So it's neutral face, snarling face, because when you think of wrong, you think snarling. Worried face, and other neutral face.
Yeah.
Which I think he's doing more of like a pursed lip thing, and going, But
like a kiss. Is that what you're saying? He's going...
I don't know. Who did they ship wrong with?
Who don't they ship wrong with?
Don't know. But yeah, so the whirl. Oh, I remember whirl was a thing for a while.
Oh, that's concerning.
That is a breach of doctor-patient privilege, sir.
No, it's to be fair, it's all doctor privilege.
Have you met the patient? But yeah, so he comes with basically the same heads with glasses on. I am curious about this one. I don't like how chunky he is, because this has a bit of a vibe that Megatron had, which was we had a design and we compromised it for some kind of jank alt modes.
What do you think of the little model ship he comes with as well, and the weird panel that seems to come around from his back to his front? So
he's got I forgot about those. He got a little model ship, which I think is neat, and he's got, I think it should have been the Lost Light. It's vaguely Lost Light-esque, but just do the Lost Light. And like a data panel thing, which I don't know if that was a thing. I don't remember. But I think they're neat little gimmicks. But yeah, like I said, I think for me, I would have done him as a non-transforming figure.
I get why they didn't, though.
Yeah, his legs are a bit too thick, and his body's a bit too wide, and he's got all that back kibble that is the wrong back kibble. Like, I get why.
Yeah. But
I would have maybe just had, as an accessory, include the Energon form, whatever you want to call it, the big stick. Because like Megatron was such a good idea that got kind of fucked over by their choice of fake alt mode. Yeah, I could see that. So I just kind of see that happening here as well. I don't think it's as compromised as the Megatron, though, to be honest. No. The Megatron is something I've tried to justify buying for a long time. And basically, once I got the flame toys, that fire kind of burned out. Yeah, you were good at that point. Yeah, certainly. I got a really good version of my favorite Megatron, so I appreciate your efforts, but no thank you. Move along. Still want that Tarn, though. Oh, yeah. I'd rather have the Flame Toys one, and if Flame Toys do like a model kit version of Tarn, then that'd be sorted, but that's still a decent Tarn. Next up, we have Ocular Maxi, which is the Mastermind sort of masterpiece line. There's their diecast version of Jaguar, who I believe came... this is Jaguar Covert, which is basically supposed to be him being all invisible. Yeah, I think this was one of the TFcon exclusives. Yeah. So it's a translucent version of their Ravage.
Partially translated.
Yeah,
translucent because his like shins and calves aren't for some reason.
Yeah. Like, why are these legs walking around on their own with no one? No. And the other one, which is the Ocular Max Unlimited, power is yours to command, is the because Andy ruined it.
How did I ruin it?
Yes, you did. You ruined it. I was building up, but you had to ask questions, didn't you?
Yeah, because I'm sure questions were asked at the panel as well.
Well, shut up. This is Stellarless Promenan, which is their version of Star Convoy, who is a more articulated version of the original toy, but with like proportions and things. Who can also have his legs stuck together so he can be a bit like the original toy.
Yay!
He looks like he's got very posable hands. He transforms into a pretty on-the-nose alt mode, which is, basically a guy lying down, because...
That's what it was.
That's what it was. We don't see a base mode.
Oh no, what a shame. The worst toy of 2020.
I do like that base mode in Star Convoy.
But do you, though?
Yes, because his head's just there.
No, it's not just his head, it's his entire torso.
Yeah, because like he's lying down, people are parked in him, and he's playing with them like they're toys. But I dig this guy in all honesty. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I also dig it, but I don't know, this is... Maybe it's the simplistic, weird design of Star Convoy that just makes him look a little bit strange. Like, almost like he's not a cheap toy, but he almost looks like he's cheap to me. And I think that's because of how probably simplistic the transformation is probably going to be. Yeah.
No, the transformation is going to be he lies down and something flips over his head.
I think there'll obviously be more steps than that because it's a third-party toy and they'll have more... You can see there's gaps for panel flipping and stuff, but it's I don't think it's going to be up to like their RC standards, surely. Or at least the complexity of that RC.
Oh god, no! I would be very surprised.
Yeah, it's odd. But yeah, this might be one of the better Star Convoys that we've seen put out by third parties. I could be wrong again.
Yeah. I'll be curious. So next up is more Ocular Max. The next is the I can't read that. Perfection series. Please get a new font designer.
Oh my god, yeah. I was actually looking to where you were reading Perfection and I couldn't even see. I assumed it said Transformers at the top.
Art of Transformation.
Huh? Ooh,
so this is Masterpiece. Defensor.
Yay.
But two of them are fuzzy because you'll never guess who it is.
Yay. Well, they're based on the cartoon models, which is maybe a little bit more unique.
True.
But it's still Defensor. Oh, wow, that's how we end the panel. Huh.
Yeah, that is. We end on a slightly bum note.
I would call it a wet fart, personally, but I'm sure someone will be happy. Because, again, Ocular Max do good toys. It's just, hey, it's another combiner. It's,
yeah, and then it ends on a slide thanking everyone involved, including Stacy, who was responsible for the awful pun, so I don't know why we're thanking her.
If you were in the crowd, would you boo?
I would throw stuff, Stacy. They were that unfunny. I'm sorry, Stacy. I'm sure you're a fantastic person, and you clearly got very involved. But I would have stuff ready in a box. I would have fruit. It was bad. It was real bad.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Andy,
Mikey.
That's the end.
That's it. Yeah, it's all done. There's no more news for this week because it was pretty bleak. So. There was some interesting bits there at least. As ever, I guess we'll go over again to Mikey and that's what you've been up to this week. What you done for fun, son?
Dear. It's been a work every week, but I have done a couple of things. Still haven't seen any Sentai. Kamen Rider. I'm dead inside. I watched some Ultraman though.
Yeah, I don't think you were very positive about it, though, were you?
No, I wasn't. I watched a bit of Ultraman. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I've never been crazy about Ultraman. I've always thought it looked a bit cheap, and I've never liked their approach to kaiju, both aesthetically, the fact that they keep recycling every design they use constantly. I've never really liked Ultra designs, and the filming style is not exactly Godzilla-esque.
No, nothing has weight to it for some reason.
No, it looked like people in costumes. They do slow it down a bit, but yeah. But like some people said, like, oh, but I really like this show. Oh, the writing's actually really good. Blah blah. So I decided to check out a couple of episodes of Ultraman Z, which is the current one. Story is an Ultraman comes to Earth and joins up with a guy, and they're the bad guy. And Zero, the Z is obsessed with Zero because everyone is. And Jeed shows up for a bit and says Jeed, because Jeed's thing is that he's actually like a clone of Belial, so he doesn't have like a host. He is the host.
Is this the new one where Burial's a sword?
Yes.
Weird.
It's not technically him though. It's
Okay.
a sword made out of a bit of his DNA.
Who
has a thing about telling people to pick him up, and are like, aha, I'm the anti-moral guy, but I still work with the heroes because I kind of like him. But
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it has scenes where like the Ultraman fights in a human-sized, is that a thing?
Is that a thing? I thought
It's a
they only
thing
did
here.
it giant-sized.
It's a thing. I think
Huh.
Zed shows up human-sized. I wasn't impressed. The writing wasn't great. The acting was worse.
Oh,
And the stock footage, holy shit.
so how would you rate it versus a Sentai show? At least the Sentai that you watched recently.
Sentai's better.
Oh wow, and you're not a fan of Sentai? Well,
Yeah.
most
the
modern
Sentai,
Sentai.
the Sentai made by the Ultraman guy did it better.
Oh, I can't remember what that one was called, but I know the
Soldier?
one you mean. Yeah, that's the one.
Which had the Ultraman style visuals. It did the Ultraman style visuals better with Sentai.
Do you think Ultraman has a smaller budget, or do you just think that's
it
just
definitely
how
feels
Ultraman
cheaper.
is?
It definitely feels cheaper, but I think a lot of like Ultraman is obsessed with legacy.
Right.
Obsessed. Like when I say that they're reusing the same monster designs from the 60s, with the only updates are we've had to make new suits.
Oh, that's really sad.
And their new monster designs are frequently of that same style, so they're really awkward. But then you got a guy doing backflips against them. Also, some of the worst fight choreography I've seen in a toku,
Ooh,
because
wow.
it's really obviously fight choreography.
Right.
Like it's got that stage presence to it, you know, like you can see like and the hit stopping and the hit starting and da da da.
Is just this because of how it's filmed? You feel like if they filmed it a little bit better, it could hide it.
I don't think so. I think it's bad choreography, in all honesty,
Okay.
because it's too consistent. Because even when a better director is involved, because there is one episode with some very good direction that gives real weight to the fight, and it's got good camera tricks. A lot of it's shot from the bottom, like you're looking up at the Ultras fighting. That's some really good direction, but even then, you can see the choreography. Like I think that might be Sakamoto, but because I like Ultra Galaxy from years ago. I really enjoy that movie. Apparently, Ultra fans don't.
Was that the Burial movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one I saw as well. I thought that was okay. Yeah.
yeah, and that's got really good fight choreography. This doesn't.
Why didn't Ultraman fans like that one? Do you know?
Apparently, they didn't like the writing.
Oh.
At least so they were, and they don't like Zero. But like,
Okay.
but well, I like the fact that Burial's died like 7 times apparently.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
Like,
So
like,
yeah, it is
they-
a legacy thing.
They bring him back constantly, and they bring everyone back constantly. But like when I say stock footage, I've never seen about a minute and a half for one transformation. I tried
Oh my
counting, but
God.
and they go through like 3 in one episode, and they don't trim any of them.
Oh no.
It's also I really hate the powers. I really hate the idea of the fused powers, because I don't know. It's just apparently it's been going on for about 5 years now, or 6 years of everyone's powers is we fuse one Ultraman with another, and it's like, please stop, just be original. So yeah, like the writing didn't get me and the style didn't get me,
Okay.
but so I want, like, if anyone out there is watching Ultraman, is there one with good writing and good acting? Because I will watch that even if the Ultra stuff annoys me.
You realize that if people send you bad things, you can judge them for it as well.
Yes. If you send me something bad, specifically under this criteria, you're asking for a fall. Right. Just so you know. But yeah. So like seriously, people out there, you know my taste by now. Is there an Ultra show that I would engage with? I also played a bit of Medieval. So it was up on PlayStation now, and I thought, give it a go. Yeah, that's still fun.
Trying to save the kingdom of Ganymede.
Yeah. Going like, but yeah, it's a fun game. It's one where I really feel they should have updated a lot more things than they did.
Yeah.
I like as somebody who really likes the old game, but it's just like, okay, some of these things needed more updating. I know you had like the original files for everything, so it was like, yeah, we don't have to. But
to be fair, it's probably one of the better redos of it, because the last one before that I think was the PS Vita version.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and that was more ground up remake.
Yeah, but that had the problem of like it being on the Vita, and this didn't have another analog stick, so it had the old camera controls, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and the camera controls still aren't great, but still.
They're not great, but at least you don't need to use like the L stick and the L trigger and the R trigger to move the camera. You've just got the thumbstick, thank God.
Yep. But no, I'd say it's fun if you want an old school platformer. I'd like them to do Medieval 2. I always enjoyed that.
Yes, yeah, there wasn't it's the thing me and you've talked about quite a few times, like how you. I'm surprised how much you like it. Like I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it nearly as much.
But I'd just like to see do it again. Seriously, like
why not?
Yeah, why not? I still want to try Crash 4 because apparently that's good.
But... Yeah, it looks it. It's like, hey, Naughty Dog decided to do really like adult, boring games, at least in my opinion, and stop making their fun ones like Crash Bandicoot.
And someone rose up from the floor and said, like, we can make it.
We'll make this fun game, this bright, happy game.
Because a lot of the last Crash games were crap.
Yeah, I stopped after 3, I think.
I played a little bit past 3, and then I was just like, oh no, I think we should pretend none of these exist. And it turns out someone else thought that as well. But yeah, so I'm interested in that. Primal, watched 2 episodes of Primal. So episode 8 and 9, which is the Covenant of the Damned and the Night Feeder.
Oh.
Covenant of the Damned is witches. Night Feeder is something scary murdering things at night.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw people get annoyed about the witches because it's like, this doesn't feel as grounded as it used to.
Grounded. Grounded.
That man is riding a T-Rex that is basically as smart as he is.
Yeah. This man's riding a T-Rex. I think that's all you had to say.
But it's not grounded anymore. But yeah, these were 2 of the most unusual episodes. They're actually very hard to judge against the other ones.
Okay.
Because Covenant of the Damned is not really about Spear and Fang. It's about a one-off character. And dealing with their personal approach to empathy. And Night Feeder is basically a horror episode that is the most Samurai Jack episode the show's done.
Oh, that's interesting.
Reminds me of things like the Ninja episode. Or not quite the same, but the Blind Archers.
Oh, yeah, the Silence episode, whatever that one was
Like, this
called.
is an episode that's got a lot of POV shots. It's playing on the idea of an unseen enemy. And the last scene is where I got the vibe from the Ninja episode, because it's, like, very artistic. Like, shapes are being formed. You're in pitch black, but the shape of things around you are being formed by flames.
Right.
Also, there's a very, very cool panning shot that leads into a really nice run towards the camera scene. Yeah, but like, hey, I really like Primal. Definitely the 2 most artistic episodes, I'd say.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Also, I have been watching the animatics, and those are hilarious because it's Gendy Tartakovsky making every single noise. Like she's roaring. Like he does everything. Like the guy's dedicated to his job. But yeah, 1 more episode to go, and then the series is done for season 1.
Wow.
And then, yeah, season 2's confirmed anyway, another 10 episodes. So hopefully they'll release them all in 1 year this time. But hopefully they won't come out during a pandemic as well. Because I heard that had an effect on Primal's release schedule.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
But yeah, so the next one's called Slave of the Scorpion. So
how many has it got left then?
1.
Oh, this is the last one then?
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, Primal. Would highly recommend it to people. First 5 episodes are up on Channel 4 if you're in the UK, and they're up on HBO Max in America. So, and Adult Swim. And the whole thing is up on Adult Swim, which you can watch if you got cable. Or actually, no, if you're in America, you can just watch. I think, as long as the episodes aren't locked. What was I going to say? Yeah, the last thing I did was I started watching Gundam X, our after-war Gundam X.
Yay! That's right,
so,
after-war Gundam X.
So yeah, Andy's mentioned it before, and then I just stumbled upon an article that said the Gundam show no one watched, but everyone should have.
Yep.
And I'm curious on this. I was curious because I didn't know anything about it. I'd seen the design for the X, and I was like, it's okay.
Just the X or the double X?
The X. I haven't seen the double X yet.
Okay.
I don't like the way the backpack works, and I don't like that when it's open, it's asymmetrical. Anyway, its placement, it's throwing me off a bit. I feel like it should be more center. I know why it isn't because of what it does.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
But just visually, I think I would like it better.
Okay.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be this.
No.
So it's a space western. It is a 90s style space western, which I was not expecting. Basic premise is the same premise that's mentioned in a lot of Gundam shows, which is we're going to drop something on Earth, which is usually stopped, or is usually like, oh no, a colony dropped them, bye-bye Sydney. But no one likes Sydney anyway. But this was, what if we dropped the colony and then we just kept on dropping colonies?
Yep, and the nuclear apocalypse basically happens.
Yeah, and we pick up 15 years later, and it's a space western. We've got the junker types, the outlaws, and we've got the system in place where and technologically everything seems a bit downgraded by the fact they have big robots, which seem all to be largely leftovers from the war.
Which is oddly enough very much like Turn A in some ways, isn't it?
Yeah. And finds a Gundam in a hill, which is also like Turn A.
I think they took some elements from Turn A that they liked, because there's definitely some good things from Turn A that you can
Turn A is after this.
Work with. Was it after this?
The other way around. Yeah. I'd say a good few years after this, actually, because Wing came in between them. Remember?
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Turn A stole the good stuff from X.
But yeah, and main character is kind of your likable scavenger type, and he finds a girl and is like, oh, I'm hired to steal you, but it turns out the guys are dicks, and she's probably special somehow. And yeah, the Char clone of the series shows up in a ship that's really not supposed to emulate the whole white base thing.
Yeah. I will say this, he is the best Char clone.
He looks more like a Quattro clone.
Well, it's
Quattro.
Mikey, come on.
No. There's difference, because one went really crazy, and one was like, I've got sunglasses and
they're the same fucking person. It doesn't matter.
No, he's wearing a jacket. He's wearing a jacket.
I hate to spoil Zeta for you. It's Char.
No, it's not. He's wearing a jacket and he has sunglasses.
His name's Quattro Bergina, which is not a suspicious name at all.
Oh, really? You're talking about a name in Gundam.
That's right.
This name in Gundam is a bit ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me talk to Seabook and see what he says about things.
I don't think you can throw F91 at me, because I'm gonna go, yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not good. That's not a good anything.
He changed his name to Kincaid for Crossbow, and I think it was just because he realized it sounded less ridiculous.
No, he didn't. The writer thought, this is dumb. I will fix.
Really? Because I've seen the names he picked as we went on.
Oh no. Then I have no idea then why he chose a better name.
But yeah, so I'm curious about it. I'm enjoying it. It seems pretty well written. But yeah,
how far through are you actually?
Only a few episodes. Only very very early. I was just like, yeah, space western. Was not expecting that. But the only other thing of note is that I built my RX-78 real type, which is the dark color Gundam Revive.
There's so many RXs, I don't know.
Yeah, this is the one from 2015. It took me a while to figure out which one it was. 2015. High grade. Okay, so way simpler than I thought it was going to be. There were two runners? No, two big runners and one small runner.
Wow, okay, yeah, small kit then.
Very, very easy build. If I hadn't been stopping to do my usual thing of panelizing and changing the paint apps and stuff, would have been a very quick build. But yeah, I changed some of his colors around and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's a solid figure. It's got good posability. It's good, decent accessory count. You can kind of see the things that would be picked up by the Mark II, like the cannons and some of the other weapons. Overall, yeah, it's a good figure. I am glad it's not the standard colors, and I will probably never want to get a standard RX-78 again.
No, I mean, we mentioned this in the chat. You buy an RX-78 this year, there'll be a new one next year, so what's the point?
There'll be a new one in a month's time. But yeah. I don't like the RX-78 in general, and I only got this one because the colors are very, very different.
I think I don't hate the RX-78, I just hate how, again, oversaturated it is. I think the design, it's okay, but I think better designs were spawned from it, rather than of it.
Yeah. But apart from that, yeah, that's me for the week, really.
That's it.
Yeah, what about you, Andy?
I haven't done a huge amount, which is unsurprising given the work schedule that I've got and whatnot. So was it this week I did a podcast with Nicole? It might have been. We did the Woo Woo episode, which I need to edit and get up at some point. I got my Pimp Daddy. Did I say I got Pimp Daddy Destro last week?
I don't remember.
I got Pimp Daddy Destro from the classified line. I'd like to get the standard version as well, because I do like the figure, but I actually got like an email 2 or 3 days ago from In-Demand Toy saying he was in stock. By the time I got the email, like an hour or so later, they were all sold out again. I was like, God fucking damn it. These stupid G.I. Joe figures are just a pain in the ass to get in the UK. It's not fun. Have I done anything else? Oh, I got a ring light. So I can light my face for the future. I just need one more component and my stream will be effectively complete. But that's I don't know how far away that is, and that part's kind of out of my control for the most part, unfortunately. So the only other stuff I've really been doing is just streaming every night. Oh, I got Monster Hunter Iceborne as well, the expansion to Monster Hunter.
What's that like?
I haven't got up to the content of it yet, so I can't tell you. But it was on sale, so I thought I'll get this now because I'm really enjoying Monster Hunter. I fought the Pickle Daddy, Pickle Joe as he's known, which is called Devil Jiho or something like that. And someone in the comments or the stream said he was called Pickle Joe, and I was like, that's a better name than Devil Joe. Jiho.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll call him Pickle Joe from now on. But that's still a very fun game. I would like you, Mikey.
Yeah.
One day to do a research paper on Monster Hunter on the animals in that game, because I think you could have a lot of fun talking about the dinosaurs and the other giant monsters in that game. Looking at the surrounding and the research data that you get from like killing them and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you could do a fun thing with that. As a knowledgeable boy such as yourself could. The only other thing is I haven't watched it yet, but I have the third movie, which is the only one worth watching for Made in Abyss. Why is that the only one worth watching? Because movies 1 and 2 were recaps of the show. So, I'd rather just watch the show, thanks. Movie 3 is the continuation of the story, which I haven't got around to watching as of yet, unfortunately. But hopefully this week at some point I'll be able to watch it, because I liked that show. It was very sad and very entertaining. And I look forward to seeing more of it. I do like it, but I also don't like the fact that a lot of the anime at the moment are kind of doing this. They seem to be getting the smaller seasons or the smaller story arcs and then shunting them into a movie instead of making them into seasons. And I wonder why that is, because we had that with Konosuba, we've had this with Made in Abyss, it's happening with Demon Slayer as well. So I wonder if this is just a trend, or if there's like a financial reason behind it. I don't know.
Actually, that's something to look into, really.
Or is it all Kodawa? Because I think, is that who they're called? The animation producers? It might all just be coming from them, to be honest.
Don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking around, and I don't think, unfortunately, I've done anything else really of value. Oh, I got the Mcfarland Necron figure as well. The 6-inch or whatever Necron figure, who I do think is better than the Space Marine. He's easy to pose. A strange thing about it is one leg is longer than the other. and it's a thing with all of the molds. Apparently, for some reason, they've given the Necron one stumpier leg than the other, and I don't know why. So it does make it a little bit harder to pose him, just because of that. So you can't have him like standing up straight with his legs straight, because he'll just tilt, which is kind of sad. It's a weird choice, very weird. The only stuff I've really been watching is just like, would you believe it, Holo live streams?
Yeah, there's been a bit of that.
Yep, lots of that. Because our little shark guru has got up to 1 million subs in 1 month.
Yeah, but it's
1
fucking
month.
terrifying.
Yeah, that's a lot of people subbing to a lady playing a shark girl.
Yes,
that's a hell of a lot.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty impressive. And like there've been a lot of Hololive stuff this week.
Yeah. People have been coming back. People have been getting CG models in Japan.
Yeah, but basically the gang's back together. Everyone's back working again for the first time in 3 months.
Is Kanata back? Is she out of hospital as well?
Yeah, she's back. She came back the same week. Shion is taking time off. I read somewhere because of family death or something like that. But yeah, everyone seems to have been back. And there's a lot of dramas following it still, but I just watch to be entertained. I don't care about people's drama.
That's not true. You like the drama.
I don't like the drama. I'm occasionally interested in drama from an intellectual point of view, but I'd rather just watch the crazy.
Is that what people who like pick up OK magazine and those celebrity gossip magazines say as well? I read it for the philosophical discussions, for the intellectual discussion we can have about it.
They look really embarrassed when someone comes over. I'm looking at boobs.
Don't judge me.
I'm looking at titties. But but no, I've been enjoying like the streams. Like Miko stuff is cracking me up, but because I really enjoy her style. I've also been enjoying the whole Muna Pekora thing, which I missed over the last month. Yes, yeah. Which is just adorable. But
it's really hard to keep up with all of them because there's so many streams that the easiest way to keep up with them all is to watch the comedy clips, basically.
Yeah. I usually just sort of YouTube the word Hololive and see what pops up.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't watch them all. Partly because I don't understand what any of them are saying, bar 7 or 8 of them.
That's true.
And partly because certainly at the moment I do not have time to give to 4 or 5 hour streams.
No, like that's just one streamer as well, and there's a lot of Hololivers at the moment.
And there are people out there who have a setup where they've got like 6 screens and they're watching like 6 at once.
But you're not watching the stream then.
They're ducky in between.
No, that's not how it works.
It is, Andy.
I don't
Andy's
know.
like, where's your attention?
Exactly. You need to focus. Stay home.
There has been multiple every time I've seen something with Miko in it, she's just started singing the fuck song.
Hey.
We are fuck you. Also, her Among Us playthrough was a joy. Because, anyone don't know, Hololive is doing a bunch of Among Us streams, and a lot of them are involving, playing with their viewers. But Among Us has a much bigger Western audience than it does a Japanese audience. So they're specifically reaching out to places like Reddit.
Oh, no.
And they just get regular people off Reddit, and it's just okay, they all speak English.
You say regular people, I don't think regular people are on Reddit, to be fair.
I mean, I think a lot more people are on there. I know loads of people who have Reddit accounts. Loads. It's like Instagram. Loads of people with an Instagram account. They're just like, well, I don't know you. But, and it's all, it seems like mostly normal people who come on. But it's just hey, none of these girls are speaking English that great. Polk is one of the better ones.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And Miko's was a joy. Because she just constantly she misspelled the word sus. Which then
how did she spell it?
With a W.
Swoos.
She then corrected it, but everyone else started using the W spelling, so she just started using it too. And then it's just her picking someone at random saying no, not Miko, too elite.
Oh shit, that's a good defense. That's a solid one.
Yeah, but it's and she gets so worked up when she gets kicked out. But yeah, no. Oddly enough, some very talented people are back into entertaining, and are very good at it.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
I I saw a thing they were releasing. I stumbled upon a meme of this, and it was just like, oh, they're releasing a thing that translates languages like automatically in your ear, like an earbud or something.
I've heard of them. Are they actually out and work well?
No. They're like, oh, you'll be able to afford them if you sell your soul, kind of thing.
Oh, they're super duper expensive. Okay,
they're the high concepts.
Okay,
but I thought just like one thing. It's like all the HoloLive fans are just like putting in pre-orders.
Oh Jesus! How much are they? Do you know?
I'm not going to look at that crap.
Okay, because like something like that would be really useful if you're visiting Japan,
or if you watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, that too.
Although I guarantee you, it's like translation. I am very excited to meet you, Amarure.
Yeah,
you might lose a bit of the nuance.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're better for just communication with someone if you're in a foreign land and you need help communicating with them rather than translating an anime. But what do I know, I suppose. Mikey, let's move on and wrap this show up with a few little bits of feedback. Christoph has some messages for us on the Facebook page. He seems to be suggesting if you want to learn a bit more about D&D, he's got some info on you, Mikey. He can help guide you into the D&D worlds of that kind of nature if you want to fall down that rabbit hole. And he's also got another Super Robot show for you, Mikey. It's called Tomeka Kaizuna Gatai.
That name sounds familiar and young.
Earth. Then it follows Earth Grana.
Is that the Korean show?
Korean
Tomeka. How do you spell Tomeka?
Tomica.
Yeah, that's the Tomy, like big chunky mech toy series for because like remember there was a period where like all the Transformers reviewers were like reviewing these really big Korean toys.
Yeah, like Tobots and stuff like
that.
Yeah.
Like that's all like the same kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was super kiddie looking stuff. Yeah. But
where's my blood? Where's my guts?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the profound sadness and existential crisis?
Yeah. Where's the thing where it turns out like you're piloting something alive and it's really not appreciating what you're doing, sir.
So there's that. Apparently, is trying to be Super Sentai so very hard. Still, you might recognize the voice of the lion mecha. Apparently, I wouldn't know. And then, like I say, he mentions the stuff on D&D. And by the way, that's something I have done. I've been watching some of the newer episodes of DuckTales. I think I've only seen 3 at the moment, and they've been okay. They haven't been like super amazing or anything like that, but they've been okay. They haven't hit the highs of the previous DuckTales episodes, but I think the next one is the Darkwing Duck episode, I think.
Yeah,
so that'll probably be a banger.
I know that's come out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, so I'm guessing that's my next episode, so I'm looking forward to that, because, that'll more than likely be quite fun, and it'll have all the silly references in that I'll enjoy, because I'm old. That's it. That's all the questions I have, Mikey, or feedback at least. What about yourself? You got anything worth waffling about?
No, not much.
Right. Well, we may as well wrap up this little sausage, Mikey, put it in a packet of Greggs, and then just send it off. So, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo, or you could send us an email over at themoonbase2@gmail.com, and all the usual places Andy will note, because I'm tired and I don't want to say it again for the 50th time.
Yay.
Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter, CCTFW, on YouTube as Corporate Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, on iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can find us on Twitter as well, if I did mention that. You can head over to patreon.com/moonbase2, and if you do $2 each month, you get from the files of Teletron 2, you get that extended and a week early, and you also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about more things, more focused things in more depth at some point. I know me and Mike want to do a ReZero 1 at some point as well, and talk about power scaling and levels in that show.
I'll kill you.
I know, and I'm begging you will one day. One day.
I'll kill him too. I'll find him.
The challenge has been crafted. ccbunker.weebly.com as well. You can go there if you want to. And my Twitch, which is just twitch/cctfw. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Mikey. So thank you for joining me this week once again. It was quiet, but I think we filled it with enough stuff to make it a fun little show, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I hope I'll be able to do something interesting in the week to have a bit more to talk about next week, but, what can you do at the moment?
Before we go, Andy, I have a question.
Oh, no, okay, yeah, sure.
Are you excited by Gaim Gaiden? Starring Mr. Dangerous.
I don't know. Because Gaim's a great show, and most of the ancillary stuff has been good. Well, one of the ancillary stuff's been good. The rest have just been like, eh.
Still better than most.
Yeah, but they're still very mech, and I don't want another mech one for Gaim. I kind of would rather them leave it if it's going to be mech, but hopefully it'll be really good. I do like the slight redesigns of the characters.
I'm surprised they're bringing Kachidoki Zangetsu.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to tie it all together.
Yeah, and it also looks like what they're going to do is like Greedon and Bravo are going to have a thing, and he's going to go deal with the main villain.
I guess so, yeah, probably.
Or the big name villain, because like that would make sense actually, because he's probably like, just based on scaling and stuff in that show, he's probably like comparable to Kiwami now.
Oh, really?
Like,
wow.
His energy form was like super ridiculously strong. Not because of the lock seed, remember, just because it was him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming like if he's using Kachidoki, it's way stronger than Kota's version back in the day.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but he can't have the power of God Kota.
No, not God Kiwami, just like baseline Kiwami, you know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the Overlord Kiwami kind of level. Yeah. I see. Yeah, I get you.
When he just showed up and just like, oh my god, he's covered in fruit.
Oh, I did see as well that Sodo have shown off the I'm assuming that the next 4 in the Gaim series are going to be the Energy Riders and will probably be exclusives. I could be wrong. Yeah. I hope I am, but yeah, they've shown off all 4 of the Energy Riders. So I'm guessing the set after that will be like Greedon and Mr. Dangerous and stuff. Yeah, probably.
Oh, and like probably like base forms and then exclusive forms.
Yeah.
If they're doing a single wave. I also saw, I don't know if this is new, but I saw Genom, Zombie Genom.
That's Shodo's stuff.
Yeah. And then the Joker Undeads.
Yeah.
That was surprising.
Yeah, Shodo always do the monsters in that line, it seems. I'm not a big fan of Shodo. I got a few of them.
But apparently there's been a big upgrade since you and I were buying them.
Alright, how so?
Just completely different design approach. Like actual articulation and things.
Well, no, the Shodos I had articulation as well, and they
like I had O's, and he's like, okay, he's got the baseline articulation, but nothing moves quite right, and also his shoulder pads are
that was
to the body.
That was a bad call. Yeah, that was a bad call. I had the monster from Zeo movie.
Oh,
whatever that guy was called, because I wanted to get him because he's a badass design.
Dearest,
and he was a good monster as well. But yeah, I'd prefer it to be in the Sodo line rather than. I think my preferred line is the Sodo versus the Shodo. Personally,
you're not alone in that. A lot of people would agree.
Yeah, it's just I think it's something about the way that they feel. Granted, obviously, Sodo has a lot more stickers, but I'll take that. But I'm hoping, obviously, to get... Oh, I did... Also, Mikey, I did make a mistake. You know on Saturday how we were talking.
Yeah, I've made that mistake many times.
Yeah, I made that mistake as well. So I went and I bought some Gundam kits.
Oh, Andy, which ones?
Which ones do you think? We were talking about them in the call.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Heavy Arms and... Oh, God, what's his name?
Sandrock?
No, not Sandrock. He's just new out from Zeta.
Pink. Bound Dock.
Yeah, Bound Dock. I bought both of them.
You'll probably get yours before mine arrive.
Probably, because they would only let me get it through EMS shipping, so...
Like, I still haven't even gotten confirmation mine's even arrived at the place yet.
Yeah, here's the thing. EMS shipping was the same as airmail shipping, so I went, well... If I'm going to have to pay like 30 quid for shipping, which I was unhappy about, I was like, well, I may as well get it in a week.
Yeah.
It's like, I made the mistake and went, God, I forgot that the postage is fucking garbage from Japan. So
apparently it's going up as well.
What's that?
Japanese postage.
Is it? Oh, God.
I'm falling off my chair.
I'm not super surprised with how things are going at the moment, but fuck.
No.
Stop locking things off because they're making the only things I really want. Really, really want. Never mind though. Mikey, thank you for coming and joining me this week as ever. The From the Files will be out on Patreon this week as we're going to record that on Thursday. So hopefully that should be out on Friday as long as I can get it all edited up. So until next week, everybody, thank you for joining us and we will see you next time.
Talk to you soon, kids.
Bye.